been out, I've been rich, I've been broke, I got married and divorced. I've been loved, I've been hurt, I got love, I got hate. I got those who got my back and those who just play a hate. I've been highs, I've been lows, I've been luck, I've been lows, but then nobody knows. I've been on my tippy toes, trying to stay in control so I can give you my all. Cause if it wasn't for my fans, I wouldn't be here at all. You can write, you can blog, you can tweet, you can post, you can scream, you can shout with your friends, you can toast, you can go, you can show, you can mock, you can boast. But these are my people and I am the host.
That, of course, is artist Mshoza. She's part of the 100% Pure Kwaito. We'll have a chat to her, the big hit at the moment on radio stations. Who said Kwaito music is dead? Well, the genre heavyweights will be coming together this weekend to bring you the second annual 100% Kwaito music concert. The lineup includes such names as Bricks, Oskido, Alaska, Lvovo, just to mention a few. This is bound to keep you on your feet the whole evening as you reminisce. For more, we're joined by Monica Newton from the Department of Arts and Culture. She's technically a bestie of the show. We haven't seen her in a long time. And we're joined by Mshoza, who, as you know, is a household name. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. But maybe, Monica, before I have a chat to you, I think back to some of the big names that dominated the Kwaito scene. And I think a lot of people, when they join this concert or when they're going to come to this concert, they're going to be taken down to a time when music was still incredibly pure, it was incredibly good, and everybody was basically making music for fun.
Indeed, and I think that artists like Mshoza are obviously well placed to speak about that, because the history of Kwaito is so interesting, it's so definitively South African, it's homegrown, it's 100%. Homemade, and South Africans do it best, and we are internationally recognized for it.
Before I speak to Mshoza, I want to know from you, the partner's perspective, why did you guys get involved? What was it about this event that kind of spoke to you?
Well, one of the most extraordinary things about this event was its success in the 2015 iteration, which we also supported. We were expecting about 1,500 people in Newtown, 2,000 people and more arrived, and it was hugely popular. And so 100% Kwaito became a thing that needed to be done annually, and this is now the second edition at Taliban in Ga-Rankuwa tonight. Tickets are still available, but certainly what really attracted us to the event was that it's very genre specific. It speaks to the history and heritage of South African music. It brings together so many people from so many different arenas because the Kwaito music is so popular. It's really something that spans age, it spans class, it spans geographic divide. So we're really expecting to see a really, really diverse audience at Taliban tonight.
Mshoza, let's talk about your involvement in Kwaito music. I mean, you're back on the airwaves now after being off for a while. The song is doing incredibly well. What do you think it is about Kwaito music that has stayed with audiences? It is, I've got to be honest, it probably is more my age group than the young ones, but they seem to kind of gravitate towards it. There's new artists that have influences in some Kwaito music. What do you think it is about that genre that's still living today?
I think, as we all know, that Kwaito is homegrown, and if something the roots are here, so it's not going to disappear. It's going to keep coming back, and people will grow with it. Yes, it disappeared for a while, but even the music artists that are recording now, they're actually taking from the previous songs that we did as Kwaito artists back then. And it's not that people would say Kwaito was dead, but I think it was merely the fact that it was not well played. It was not given enough attention and that it deserves as a music genre that is homegrown, you know. So right now, I think people are getting to love it better because they can now listen to music. They switch on the radio and then you can listen to Kwaito music. Back then, about 10 years ago, they stopped playing Kwaito music. And now, thanks to Hlaudi, actually, we were doing well as Kwaito artists. And me, mainly as a female artist, the only queen of Kwaito. With me, it's something that I love, that you cannot take from me, you know. So even people that love Kwaito music understand that hip-hop in South Africa is actually taken from Kwaito. So our artists now take everything from our Kwaito music and do music on it.
Monica, last year you supported the first Kwaito one. You said the numbers were well over what you expected. This year, how do you improve on that? If last year was a success, do you tinkle with it or do you leave it the way it is?
I think the fundamental thing about any major cultural event is that it needs to be curated for an audience.
Yeah.
And so this year we've got legends coming back, Oskido, DJ Spoo. So really going back to the roots of Kwaito. And I think at the end of the day, it's all about the content. If you have the right kind of content, if you've got Mshoza, people are going to come. And that's the main thing, is you have to keep it relevant, you have to keep it fresh, you need to keep it moving as well so that it becomes, and it's really exciting that it's going to be in Garankuwa this year. But fundamentally, I think that it's a time when we're all reflecting on the lives of artists, the late Mshoza. So our legends are in our minds at the moment, and I think that's the currency that the organizers are really banking on.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us in the studio. It's the Queen of Kwaito, Mshoza, and we're joined by Monica Newton, our bestie on the show here. She used to be on the show a lot. Now she's disappeared. I don't think you like Morning Live. We need to have a chat. She's from the Department of Arts and Culture. She's talking to us about the 100% Kwaito concert that's happening a little bit later today in Tshwane. It will reflect the spirit of the 90s. It will also pay tribute to the late, great Mshoza. We take an ad break. Don't get anywhere.